Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of volume. This is standard 8.7a, the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 18 of the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got this ice cream cone, and we've got a height of 4.5. That's fine. But take a look at it. They give us the volume. The volume is 1.5 pi cubic inches. And that's not something they normally give us. Normally they ask us to find the volume. So what are they asking for? We need to find the radius. That's an interesting problem. So our radius is from the base here, right? From the base, from the center to the side. Okay, well let's look at the equations that we do know, right? So volume for a cone, right? This works for either a cone or a pyramid, is 1/3 base times height. And so let's plug in what we know. And this is where we need to really think about what we do know, because we know our volume. Our volume right here equals 1.5 pi cubic inches. So I'm going to replace my volume with this. 1.5 pi cubic inches equals 1/3 base, and then I do know the height. Here's my height, 4.5. So I'm going to put a 4.5 right here. Now that's interesting, but what do we need to find out? Well, bases are unknowns. I need to isolate that base. All right, so let me see what happens if I multiply my 1/3 times 4.5. Well, that's interesting, because I get 4.5 divided by 3 is really what this 1/3 divided times 4.5 is. That's just 1.5. So 1.5. So that makes 1.5 base, and we'll take a look at this. Now I've got 1.5 on each side. I'm just going to divide 1.5 on each side, so it looks like my base is equal to pi. All right. So what is this base? Well, this base is a circle, and that's really the area. So the base equals the area of a circle, so that means pi r squared. Okay. So let me see what I've got here. So I'm going to replace this with my base is pi r squared. Okay, so now I'm going to divide both of these sides by pi. And what do I get? I don't get 0, I just get 1. So r squared equals 1, because pi over pi makes 1. And in order to isolate r by itself, I need to take the square root of both sides. So the square root of r squared equals r. The square root of 1 is 1. Did I do all of this work and r equals 1? All right, well, let's go back the other way. Volume equals 1/3 base times height. Okay, so let's figure out my base, right? So my area equals pi r squared. And so if I say my r equals 1, that's pi times 1 squared. So that's just 1. So yeah, my area is going to equal pi. So if I put that in here, my volume is going to equals 1/3 times pi, that's my base, times my height, which is 4.5. And then 1/3 times 4.5 volume equals 1.5 pi, which is what we said right here. So that is interesting. All right, so my answer here is going to be H1.